When they invite you to speak someplace, you naturally get a little bit worried. You think, well, I've got to get up here and say something. That's okay, because I've got something to say. First of all, let me thank Principal Jenny Westenbat and the faculty and staff of CUNY Prep for inviting me. It's a thrill and an honor. And let me mention something about this school. I did visit this school when it first opened, and I've been a substitute teacher in Brooklyn for 5 years. I've been in different classrooms every day. And I know what a good classroom looks like. I know what a good school looks like. And this one didn't look good. There were problems. There were problems, but Dean Mogilescu was calm at the helm. He showed patience. He knew that good teachers, well-meaning people, smart people, and students that want to learn, it would work. And it has worked. I visited the school a few months ago. When I looked in the classrooms, there was learning going on. There was intense interest in what was going on. The teachers were in control. The school was working. And beyond that, I visited a number of schools, and even this college that I teach in, to talk about my book. And I go into groups of people, and maybe half of them have read it. This time, when the CUNY Prep students showed up, every student had read the book cover to cover. And when I got the papers that Mr. Harrell passed to me, the papers were well written. They had an idea behind them. They had a thesis statement that was well supported. They were proofread. They were professional. The students had learned something important. That's why CUNY Prep is an amazing place, and this graduating class, it gives me a thrill to just look at you. I want to say a word before I move on to the parents and the support system of the people that are here for the students. Only you and the students here know how important you are to their success. How important, you're like gold to them. You stayed up with them during their projects that were due. You got them up and to school when they didn't want to come. You turned the television down so they could study. You made a place for them to work. This is a joyous day for you. Okay, now let's talk you and I meet my students on the subway sometimes, and they see me and they say, "Oh, I had you in like 1988 in New York City Tech." And I say, "Yeah? What did you learn?" And they look at me and they say, "You tall." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm still tall. What'd you learn?" I said, "Like, you a funny dude, man." I said, "Yeah." They can't remember it, and that's not enough. That's not enough. So today, what I want to do is, I'm going to go through some things. I want to give you something you can use, something that you can remember, something that when I see you on the subway in 5 or 7 years, you're going to say, "Oh, you gave the keynote speech in my address." I'm going to say, "Yeah, what I said." And I'm going to see if you remember. I'm going to see if you can do that. First of all, let's talk about what you did to get here today. What you did to make this day happen. What strategies did you use? Number one, you showed up. You showed up at orientation. You showed up at intake. You showed up at school, even when your hair wasn't looking right or the shirt wasn't pressed. You came. You came every single day through bad weather, hard times, when you were sad, depressed, whatever, you got here. The number one rule is show up. Keep that in mind. Number two, the second rule that you followed, the strategy that you followed, it's called compartmentalize. That means you took the hard things that were going on in your life. They could be family problems. Maybe your girlfriend left you for a better looking guy. They could be housing problems. They could be any kind of problems. You put those problems in one box and you put your school in another so you can succeed. Because all throughout your life, throughout your college career, and your personal life, and your professional life, you're going to have to do that. You're going to have success and your agenda in another box. You have to compartmentalize. Another strategy that you used to be a success here today. You trusted good people. It's an important skill in life. You found good people, they're sitting behind me here, you trusted them, you followed their lead, and you made things happen. Trusting good people. When you go to college, you're going to find good people. Approach them, don't be shy, listen to them. Professors have office hours, you show up at those office hours and you talk to those professors because there's good people out there to help you, like the ones you found. Remember those. So what are the 3 things I just told you? What did you do? Right. What was the second one? Let me hear it again. Exactly right. What was the third one? Trust good people. Good people up here, right? Now, I'm a professor in college, and so I'm going to give you 3 things that I believe to be true that are going to help you in the future. 3 important things. Okay, number 1, let's talk about dreams. Everybody tells you to hold on to your dreams. The dream's the most important thing. People may criticize me, but I say, dream at night when you're sleeping. Plan during the day. Make serious plans. I have a student in my class, he never did the work. I said to him, how come you're not doing the work? He said, don't worry about it, I'm going to the league. I said, what league? He said, the NBA. I said, going to the NBA? You play for the college team? He said, no. I said, this is Division III, you're 5'6" and you're slow. How are you going to the league? He said, don't step on my dreams. So many students go to John Jay College where I teach because they watch CSI and they want to become criminal profilers. There's like 5 criminal profilers in the whole country. And those jobs are all filled. You have to plan and look ahead down the road as to what you're going to do. What jobs are available? What skills are necessary to get those jobs? I write for Vibe magazine. I was a contributing editor at Vibe magazine. What happens when you go up to Vibe magazine and you see those people that work there, that interview Beyonce, Jay-Z, track whether Chris Brown is having beef with Drake. Is that what you're talking about? They track that thing. So what do you think they look like? You think they, let's say, Kate, think the girls are cute and the guys are cool? No. They're nerds. The next step is revenge of the nerds. They're there at Vibe magazine living that good life, making good money because they have skills, because they can write, because they can edit, because they have tech skills. You go up there and they're concentrated on those skills, and that's what's going to get you to the next level. Your skill level. It's got nothing to do with style, or flair, or swag. It's got to do with skills. You got that? Second one. This one's another one. Everybody wants to do everything that's interesting. Everybody wants to do everything that's fun. I say the opposite. Embrace the boredom. Embrace it. Own it. How do you think doctors make all that money? They read medical books, they absorb those medical books, and they apply what they've learned. Those medical books are so boring they can make you nauseated. A lawyer reads law books that are this thick with tiny print. He reads about cases that happened in the 1800s and applies those cases, those precedents to present cases and charges you $400 an hour. If you can't deal with boredom, you can't succeed. So what you have to do is you have to build up your ability, your attention span, so you can force yourself into areas that at first glance are not interesting and stop riding dirty. You don't need that. What you need, just stop riding dirty and we won't have a problem. So you need to build up your attention span. Get a copy of the New York Times. Get it online. Start to read a couple of articles every single day. Are you serious about success? Yeah. Well, listen to me. Number 1, what are you going to do? You're going to... Right. Exactly right. You don't dream, you plan. Number 2, you'll embrace the boredom. Boredom is not bad. Boredom is good for you. And the third one is break any hard task down into its parts. They tell me I got to write a book. You know, things aren't going well in my life. I figure I write another book, maybe I'll hit the big time, right? So how am I going to write the book? You can't just dream about it, you think about it. I figured it out. I'll sit down, I'll write for 3 hours, Monday through Friday, 5 days a week. I'll do it for a year. At the end of the year, I'll have a book, and that's what happened. You break it down. You break it into a small terms. If you have a paper, you're going to come, some of you are coming to John Jay. When you got a paper, you write down in your to-do list. One day, you're going to choose a topic. Next day, you're going to go to the library and research it to see if it works. Then you're going to think of a thesis statement. Different days, small, tiny steps, and you build up that paper over a flow. Break everything down into small steps. Now, we've got the 3 things that we're going to do. You're going to plan, not dream. You're going to embrace the boredom, and you're going to break down things down into small steps. And now, I'm going to see you on the subway. Bye, you. And I'm going to say, you're going to say, oh, I remember you. And I'm going to ask you what you learned today, those things. I want you to think about them so you can respond to those things. And then I'm going to say to you, well, let's talk more. And you're going to say, no, I got no time. I'm on the move. I got a job. I'm doing things. So you're on the move. Start that move today. Thank you.